but still doing bad gigs every once in a while because like there's a part of me that's like I don't want to do a gig. You know, the bad gigs will come up unexpected anyway. Why am I going into a gig? That's good. I know, but then sometimes you got to go and you're like, no, let me see if I can turn this. Let me see if I can. You know,
in a sense of just doing like a random show you get hit up to do, or
and you're like, this could be a tough room. This could be good for me. You know,
and it shakes you up a little, gets you on your toes, where you're like, oh man, I was in autopilot for a while.
Yeah,
that
nothing makes you want to write harder than a bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that autopilot shit. You're like, am I just funny in front of my own fans?
Right.
I will eat a gun if that's the case.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I know I say this all the time, and I hope he doesn't get offended, but like Louis will go up at these random clubs unannounced and eat it for like 3 months.
It's pretty cool.
Before you know it, he's murdering with that same stuff.
And he's just really workshopping it up there?
Workshop and to silence. No offense, Lou. But eventually it starts cooking, and then it starts gelling, and then he's killing.
I ran into him in the grocery store yesterday. I was with a girl. I run into him and we're just chatting for a while. And then she was like, oh, who was that? Like some guy who lives in your building? And I was like, that was fucking Louis C.K. And she goes, the red-haired guy? But he has gray hair now. I'm like, he got older. What are you...
He's been a little stressed out this past decade.
That's the thing. If she's a young girl seeing that guy walk on stage, she's like, who's this weirdo? Is this the Ayatollah? What the fuck is this?
But it's not like dead.
Okay.
It's not like dead silence. You're saying when he's going up there.
But you know what? It's his way of just, that's how everyone writes their own way. Like some people like to cushion the new bits to give it a running start. Louis like, I'm going to embrace the silence. So awesome. It is fun to watch.
It is.
Because you're like, wow, I just saw him in the corner once and I'm watching because I'm just kind of like, I want to see it. And he just kind of turned to me and smiled after a fucking hard bomb. I'm like, wow, this is like some Obi-Wan shit.
It is. Just I start spazzing after like the no laughs for a couple minutes. You're like, this is crazy. These poor people.
Pat it up a little bit.
I respect that so hard when like it is the Obi-Wan thing. It's like he doesn't care. And like I one day hope to like not give a fuck. But
I know.
But I'm like you, man. After a minute of a new bit that's doing like a C-, I'm like, oh god, where are you from? Like
jump off points with each bit. There's like you can end it here or you keep pushing. I saw you said a clip that was great. That was like just keep pushing for 1 or 2 more lines after.
Yes.
Which I think about often. But I saw Bird doing new material night, which is so cool because he's just no matter how big you get in comedy, he's still like notepad. He goes, all right, let's see if this works, and then just puts it in his pocket. It's like, no matter how big, it's still the same shit you see at an open mic.
Yeah.
But obviously, he's Bill Burr. He's a genius, but it's the art form of it is still so simple.
Well, they say you never know until, even if you're at that level, you have a good sense of what's funny, what's going to hit, but you still never know completely.
But that's why I love this so much, because you don't know. You can never, if you get complacent, there is no like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
You don't have it.
Right.
You never know if you have it.
Exactly.
It's so cool.
Yeah, because how many times you've been like, oh, this is going to kill. And then that bombs, then you're like, this is nothing. And that
then
kills.
The segue
like,
into the new joke hits, and you're like, I wrote this just now.
Yes!
But the joke didn't hit?
Yeah.
So frustrating, but also exciting.
The first time I ever saw Louis live, he was just workshopping stuff. It was at Caroline's. And he was just out of a notebook. I was like months in a comedy. He was out of a notebook. Dude, murdering. And I was like, this motherfucker's just reading stuff. And I'm like, I was just so in awe. This guy's just like the best, man.
Well, back to the Obi-Wan thing. I think when you get to that level of not giving a fuck, like he can just go up and bomb and be okay with it, that's when you get to that crazy, thoughtful, interesting material.
Right.
And, it takes years to get to that level, I think.
Yeah, and those silences, sometimes you find the funniest thing from just the failure. Like there's something about it, you keep digging, and then you say the thing. It's almost like the muscle memory from doing this forever. You're like, this is it. And then you're like, holy shit, I just figured it out.
Right.
Because if I didn't, it would just keep getting worse.
Yes.
And then sometimes it just keeps getting worse.
That's true.
And that's okay too.
That's okay.
But I feel guilty. I do feel guilty when I bomb too fucking hard.
I do too.
Like, I'm like, all right, let me throw a couple old ones into, but you got to find ways to get the new shit. It's never pretty.
Do you guys remember the first time that you started feeling this extra weird pressure because people knew who you were, and then so that working new material stuff out, you
yes,
felt like, do you know what I mean?
I definitely had that.
When you're new in the game, like nobody knows who any of us are, so then you go up and
it's a gift. That's a weird gift when you're building material when no one knows who the fuck you are.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Still like go with the seller sometimes and they don't know me, and that's cool. But like sometimes they do, and you're like, oh shit, they're gonna be like
pressure.
There's a part of me that's like, does the crowd know you're working on shit, or are they going to be like, man, that guy's fucking slipping?
I know.
Yeah.
You're following some young buck at the cellar who's fucking bringing the heat and really funny.
Yeah.
There's so many funny young people there right now, and it's like,
Jeez.
That was a little humidity in there.
That was a problem.
He used to be better, this guy. He's losing. He's working out farts.
working it out.
Too comfortable.
Okay, let me try this creaky one. No, nothing? All right, let me...
Creaky one.
Open micing it.
Sounds
That
like
was
a
like
pirate
a
ship.
horror film fart right there.
So, yeah, it was like a bad trumpet.
No, I definitely feel bad for sure, but I'm also like, what's a seller ticket is what, $12? I see a
Oh,
great
shit,
show.
really?
Right.
It's so cheap, whatever they charge to
I
go
know.
in still.
Well, that's the other thing is people go like, oh, they get to see you work out new material. They're going to love it. I'm like, they'll love it for 6 minutes. If I do that for 45, they're like, all right, asshole. This is a little self-indulgent.
Yeah, you gotta prep them a little bit. Let me try a few new, and then you kind of do
Yes.
the good stuff. Then you go
Yeah.
like, let me try a few more. Yeah.
But it is so funny how important that one sentence is mentally for yourself to be like, I'm gonna try some new shit, and then
Huge.
Then they're all like, oh, because if you didn't say that, it's just bombing. They're like,
Yes.
this joke just isn't
Yes,
funny.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like one sentence.
I
you know?
oddly asked their permission. I'm like, is it cool if I work out in this? And it was like, and then I
been
go
running
back
this
and
bit
like,
for
if
5
it
years.
bombed, I go, you fucking asked for the new shit. You fucking asked.
Comic
Yeah.
Crew's clearly doing old material too. Let me try some new shit. Fucking OJ, man. That's like fucking weird, right?
You can't smoke on a plane anymore, huh?